Welcome everyone to a new gold farm video in World of Warcraft Retail. So today we are going to be farming an old item that's been, I would say, mostly forgotten by most people by now. And that's really good for us, because that means that quite often the price is way higher than it used to be. It's really, really good. So I'll show you the item. This is the item. The item is called Fireman Leggings. If you see the appearance, you can see it's like a reddish trousers, and this looks even better on a female character as well, right? So as you can see, this item is great because the region sale average is quite high. It's about 40k, and as I usually say, this is mostly coming from the high population realms, right? So I don't like to sell them there. You can just go to a mid population realm. It doesn't even have to be a really small one. You just any that's like middle sized population, and you can sell it for way more, even if it even if it sells more slow, right? So you can see I'm on a mid population realm on the any region on the Malganis realm, and you can see this one is showing crazy right now. It's for 140k, right? And also the thing I love about this item is that the sell rate is absolutely like way too high for an old classic transmog, right? Because usually those transmogs have around 0.001, sometimes even lower, but these ones are on 0.024, so that means that's gonna sell extremely fast compared to any other transmog items, right? So what I like to do is I like to usually try to keep 2 of these on the auction house if you can. Like if you are really going to farm this, like and the prices are good in your realm, assuming you don't wanna bother moving them to another realm, which is also an option to sell it way more expensive, right? But if you just wanna sell it on your realm, what I will do is try to get 2 of these. Like maybe you don't wanna farm 2 of them in a row because they are. I mean, it gets boring, right? After too many hours. So. But from time to time, I will just come back and try to keep 2 on the auction house, because there's a high chance that you just sell one of them and then the other one maybe gets sold just a few weeks after, right? So yeah, really good item. So then again, my advice for this type of farms is always check the price before you go farm it, because it really varies. Like in some realms, it's going right now for about 20k. And for some others it's going for around 200k. But long story short, if you find a realm where very few people are selling it, the chance of selling it, it's quite similar in comparison, right? And obviously the price is much higher this way, right? So yeah, that's what I will do. Now, the farm takes place in this area in Kalimdor, Dust Wallow Marsh. I'll show you where it is. So this is Orgrimmar, so below Orgrimmar here. And what you have to do is you have to go to this island, kill all the mobs in the island, then you go to this other island, which is that one right there, kill all the mobs again, and then you can move in between islands through the beach, because on the beach there are gonna be also some of the mobs that we have to kill. So I'll show you the mobs. So the mobs are called the Fias Rumager, right? Now they are a bit tricky because these ones looks like humans, right? But some of them, even if they share the same name and obviously the same loot table, they do have different names. I mean, sorry, different names, no, different appearances, right? So some of them look like goblins, but you're still gonna farm them because they are just as likely to drop the item, right? Now on these islands there's also some other Defias mobs, like this one, Defias Conjurer. So you just wanna get them all, because they do increase the respawn, like they just increase the respawn chance of the other mobs in the area, right? So basically you just get everything. Now the best thing about this is that for example, I'm on a level 38 character, and that's already enough for me to one-shot these mobs, because these mobs are not really scaling further than level 30. So once you get a few levels over level 30, you can come here and you just start farming this, right? So yeah, so basically this item has a decent drop chance of dropping. Probably if you just farm this over a few hundred times, you can have a good chance of getting the item. Now, don't get me wrong, it's gonna take a while to drop, but it's such an expensive item and it has such a high sell rate, so obviously it justifies the time. And also, one of the good things is that you'll get some extra silver and you'll get some extra clothes that you can farm on the auction house, which they are gonna have such a low price, right? But it still adds up over time, because if you're really for hours here, it's gonna add a little bit to the hourly rate, right? So, anyways, my advice for this farm is make sure that when you go farm this, the item is like, in my case right now, 140k on the auction house, or at least I would say at least 100k or above, right? That's my my overall advice. So yeah. So anyways, the item also, one of the cool things that it has is that it has a semi-unique appearance. Now, what do I mean by a semi-unique appearance? I mean that there is an item with a similar, well, not a similar, but the same appearance, which is called Blue Scale Legwards, which actually goes for a decent price as well of the auction house. But this one is more expensive, and well, the main reason is that the other armor is for plate characters, and this one is the male. So there is no single other armor that's for male classes, for classes that use male armor, that has this appearance. So you could basically call this a unique appearance in a way, right? Which makes the item so valuable, right? And also you're gonna realize that this is one of the classic transmog items that's still keeping such a high sell rate. So this one is really a hidden gem, and just very few people know about this, really, right? Not that many people know. Sometimes you see a lot of them on the auction house, because some people they flip them, they buy them from some other realm and they repost on a more expensive realm. But there's gonna be many times where you're just gonna go to your realm, and there's gonna be like maybe 3, 4, just quite a few for such a good item with such a high sell rate. So yeah, that's the information you need to know, yeah, for the farm. Yeah. So anyways, well, actually, one thing I also want to mention is that this is done fastest with a druid, like most farms, mostly because when you need to move between this island and that island and the beach, with a normal class you will need to use the mount like this, right? So that takes a while. But if you just have the druid, you can use the flying form, and it's just instant, and it's extremely like fast right now, right? Also because of the new flying, what is it called? The new flying mode, right? This is done way faster than it used to be when you need to move between the islands and the beach. Well, the beach is kind of close to the islands, but when you need to move like between the islands, right? It makes the farm even better. And let me tell you, the prices are just as good as they were some time ago. So then again, these farms, one of the best things about them is that the price is not expected to drop over time. Like if you just farm this, like from years of watching this video, it should be still as valuable. Sometimes it will be lower, like sometimes it goes even down to 10k on the auction house, which like just never ever sell them on that price. You can sell them way more expensive, and some other times it's just going for like about 200k, right? So my overall advice is be patient, just keep the item and make sure to come back to this farm every once in a while, because this is such a good one, and it's quite a niche one. Not many people know about it, and also a huge point for this farm is that you don't need people to hyper respawn. Like you can just do it solo. I can imagine you can possibly try to hyper respawn it, or at least increase a bit the respawn rates of these enemies, but for the most part you just do it alone, and it's quite efficient like that, right? So yeah, that's all for the for the video. So I'll be doing more videos like this in the future for old content, because it's what I like to do the most, because the items don't lose value over time. They are just as valuable from a few years from now. So yeah, that's the video. I hope you found this farm useful. I hope you didn't know about it, because I'm pretty sure most people watching this are not gonna know about it. Just check the price before going to farm it, and you can easily make a really good amount of gold here. So that's all. Consider dropping a like if you found this useful. Consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I wish you a great day. See you soon.